How's it going? How's everybody doing? Essential Notes, back to talk fragrance with you guys. And today I'm going to be sharing 5 summertime fragrances that you should consider adding to your collection. Now, you know, we're in spring, we're heading to summer, and I just thought it's the best time to talk about it. And I don't really I more love my fall, winter fragrances. But I wanted to share the loves that I've found in the realm of summer. Wanted to share those with you guys. So what I'm going to be starting with is Maverick by Primera Perfumes. This was released in 2023, I believe, or maybe early 2024. This is an old school, I guess I'd call it a fougere. But yeah, it has an old school feel. The brand Primera Perfumes, they're based out of Kuwait. Bader is the perfumer and owner of the brand. He does an excellent job. His blending skills are insane. He does so good at that. But he usually makes these really these darker things, and then with this collection he had some darker stuff, but he really ventured into the more fresh kind of fougere aromatic realm. He even did some that were kind of more citrusy, or maybe some blue fragrances that were mixed in. And so anyways, this I told him when I first smelled this, it reminded me of the 1980s. So is it intended to be Maverick from Top Gun? And he goes, that kind of was the inspiration. So at the top you have myrrh, clary sage, rosemary, coriander, bergamot, lime, and pineapple. Your mid notes, you have rose, thyme, basil, geranium, sandalwood, and ambroxan. And then down in your base, you have castoreum, oak moss, patchouli, labdanum, tobacco, musk, and vetiver. And this thing lasts all day. It's an extrait, but it lasts all day. It has that, he built up using, heavy doses of castoreum, not to the point where it's making it musky and animalic, but just as helping it last. He has the musk, he has patchouli, he still has that darker base, but it helps to somehow extend that top. And the top, coriander, it really is a standout here. I don't get the myrrh thing. I do get lime and your thyme and your basil, a little bit of the geranium. Yeah, he has geranium in there. So it feels, I don't know, it works. It is an invigorating, uplifting, let's get after it kind of fragrance. So if you're looking for one of those, that is what it is. It's kind of old school, gentlemanly, but roll up your sleeves and let's get to work kind of thing. Not like gentlemanly in a suit. It's like a dude that's going to be doing some sailing, and he just knows hey, I like putting in the work on the water, and it's going to be cool and chill at certain moments, but also we're going to get after it and have a good time. So so that's number 1. Fragrance number 2 is, this one is called Sunsational. It comes from the brand Kirk Eliott. He's in the process of rebranding himself, working on his website, changing things a little bit, updating kind of his whole brand and approach, and I think coming out with new fragrances and whatnot. So be on the lookout for that. That's supposed to be launching in spring this year. So maybe late spring, going into right before summer. But this was from his initial release when he kind of came out, which I think was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just go ahead and spray this a little bit. And this is a very, it's a fruity one. It has this airiness to it that kind of It has ease and relaxation, and it's the kind of thing like if you're having a day on vacation, maybe in the tropics, and you're kind of going to be staying kind of close to maybe a resort or a house that's being rented or whatever, and you're just going to be maybe spending the day in the hammock with, you know, loved ones and chilling, and it has that kind of feel. So the top notes are honeysuckle and lime. The heart notes, you have black pepper, orange blossom, and then in your base you have coconut, musk, and sea salt. There is that kind of salty air vibe to it with some muskiness that makes it a little bit kind of cloudy. And you know, there's a little bit of spice just for texture. I wouldn't say it's spicy. It just adds texture to the top of things. But then what's really cool about this is his incorporation of the honeysuckle and the orange blossom kind of mixing together, so you have that floral component that's kind of offset with the lime and the coconut. And it's gorgeous. It's a great summer fragrance. It is cooling, has this cooling effect on you, and it's one that I really appreciate and I love wearing when it comes summertime. So moving on to the third one, this one's a completely different beast. It comes from one of my favorite perfumers, Miguel Matos, and this one is called Sailor Stories. Sailor Stories, it was released in 2019. I'm gonna put it on the backside here. And this is like I said, if you know Miguel Matos, he kind of pushes the envelope for, his fragrances are not shy, we'll say that. Like he pushes the envelope, he makes them very bold. He makes bold fragrances, and I really appreciate that about him. And he took this idea, and I mean, this is my interpretation of it. I don't really recall, but if I do try to remember, I think it was based upon kind of a day at the beach or something to that effect, this idea. But oh God, this has one of the best, like a skin musk scent to it, in my opinion. So you have this, almost like this sun-scorched skin scent, not like sunburned, but like I know, sun-scorched, maybe that's not the best. It's more than sun-kissed though. It's like someone's been in the sun. There's a little bit of like beads of sweat, but it's not like stinky, like, dude, go take a shower. It's like you're showered and the hot sun is glistening your skin. It's that kind of vibe. But the top notes you have lemon, bergamot, you have sea notes and jasmine, and then in the base you have seaweed, leather, and oak moss. Anytime I wear this, I get this, like I envision this scene of being on a boat sailing, and it's called Sailor Stories, so maybe that's why. Like, I'm a sucker, I get sucked into the naming of it, and maybe in my mind just takes it and runs. But you're on this boat, and you're kind of just chilling. You're kind of, you're setting sail, and now you're just kind of coasting along. The sun is beating down on you. You have like that air, that open air saltiness around you with your musky, this little bit of like musky beads of sweat, skin scent, and you have citrus. And it's phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a there's nothing that I've ever smelt that is in this realm at all. He is so creative. He again, even in making like a citrusy ozonic scent, he pushes the envelope and makes it bold. He makes it Miguel. And that's what I love about this guy, man. He's a phenomenal perfumer, and yeah, so I would definitely try to check out Sailor Stories by Miguel Matos if you get a chance. So moving on to the fourth fragrance here, and that is from the brand Savoir Faire, and this one is Sin, Santo, and Sage. So I feel like I'm kind of bouncing around. So we had this old school with Maverick, we had this old school kind of fougere. It wasn't old school gentleman in a suit, but it's old school. He's out having fun. Like there is business and pleasure. He's in the pleasure mode. You know, he's playing hard, and that's Maverick. Then you have Sunsational, which is tropical, hammock, R&R. Then it bounces to this Miguel Matos Sailor Stories, which is very bold, on the open kind of sea, so to speak. Maybe not, where not it's crazy like swells or anything, but you're on the open water. It's hot, sun is getting you, a little bit of that kind of glistening of your skin scent, and then some citrus. And then we go to this guy, Santo Sage, a therapeutic masterpiece in my opinion. Chris Classic killed it with this. I'm gonna read you the notes, and then I'm gonna get into what this one does, because this does something. It's not like it's on your skin and gives you something. This feels like it actually is working for you. We have Palo Santo, Clary Sage, Oud, Ambroxan, Bergamot, Japanese cedar, tobacco, grapefruit, musk, cardamom, cashmere, and heliotrope. And this is like therapy. This is not you know, with Kirk Eliott we were relaxing, getting our R&R. This is therapeutic. This is going this is spa status, but more than spa. Like if the fragrance actually started working on your mind, body, and soul, that's what Santo and Sage does. It is so calming, so meditative, so it disarms you. It makes you, it's spiritual. Like it makes you forget the shit that you're maybe dealing with in life, right? Like this is like, spray this on and take a moment to take a break from how hard life is. And yeah, it's healing, it's rejuvenating at the same time. Now it's not like a shot of caffeine or a line of Coke. It doesn't lift you and jack you up, but it's uplifting in the sense that it encourages, it breathes life into you. And so, man, Mr. Chris Classic, I'm still blown away with this. I don't know how many reviews or ways that I've referenced this in different different posts and stuff, but I'm blown away by this fragrance. And then we'll be gonna move on to the last one, which is from a brand. It's an indie brand based out of New Mexico, I believe. It's called La Ventura, and this one is called the Faraway. The Faraway. I only have a 10 ml of this. I have to get more eventually, but I've gotten into the habit of trying to buy 10 mls to kind of kick things off. But this is, I had to throw this in. So I love the desert, and summer is equated with hot weather, and so is deserts. So it only felt appropriate that I include a desert type scent. And this is inspired by the high deserts of New Mexico. So this gives, literally, this is like transports you to the desert. So you have desert sage, juniper, salt cedar, sedgegrass, warm sand notes. There's something that I find cooling about desert scents, right? Like it's not like I wear a desert scent when I'm wanting to feel heat, even though that's what it maybe reminds me of or evokes in that regard. But the way that the sage, the sedgegrass, the juniper is kind of used, it has this refreshing quality, this aromatic, it's an aromatic beauty. This is an aromatic gem. And again, it replicates the desert, but again, to me, that has this kind of calming, cooling effect. I find deserts to be kind of spiritual places anyways. It's a place where I feel like I can go and be, again, stripped away, almost like I was referring to in Santo Sage, where that's a place where I can do what Santo and Sage does, where I could just set things down, not worry about them, and just breathe in nature that's around, because there's a stillness to the desert that you can't find in the city. There's a stillness in the desert that you can't find in the mountains, and I've lived in the mountains. You can't find it seaside. You know, those are different types of stillnesses. I mean, I'm not saying you can't find stillness there, but that you can't find this type of stillness. There's just something special about desert ambiance. And shout out to La Ventura for making a great desert fragrance. So those are my 5 fragrances that you should probably consider getting your nose on and maybe adding to your collection for the summer and enjoying them. And if you do, let me know which one you like, what you tried, what you didn't try, you know, what you were drawn to, what you loved, what you hated. Drop it in the comments below. Let me know what some of your favorite summer fragrances are, what you're looking forward to wearing in the summer. And again, it's a baby YouTube channel, so if you could help us grow, it'd be greatly appreciated. So if you could like, comment, subscribe, and share, I'd greatly appreciate it. For all those that have been supporting thus far, I really appreciate you guys. And until next time, peace.